All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on something most of us use pretty much every single day. I'm talking about that little map in your pocket that somehow seems to have a crystal ball for traffic.
I mean, it's kind of wild, isn't it? You're about to head out, you check your phone, and boom, it tells you there's a 15-minute delay on your route. How in the world does it know that? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down right now.
So you open the app, type in your destination, and there it is, this web of green, orange, and deep red lines. Those colors literally decide your route, when you leave, and let's be honest, sometimes your entire mood for the morning. You might think there's a satellite watching every single car, but the real story? It's way more interesting. It all comes down to a powerful idea called crowdsourcing.
At its heart, crowdsourcing is pretty simple. You collect tiny little bits of information from a massive number of people to create one big, super accurate picture. And when it comes to traffic, well, Google has pretty much perfected this on a global scale.
Okay, so where does Google get all these millions of traffic sensors? The answer is you. It's us. Every single person driving around with location services turned on becomes a tiny, anonymous, real-time traffic sensor.
Yep, that's right. It doesn't matter if you have an Android phone with location services on or an iPhone with Google Maps open in the background. Your device is sending these little anonymous packets of data back to Google. And get this, you don't even have to be actively navigating for it to work.
So here's the play-by-play. First, your phone sends out a little anonymous ping with your location and how fast you're going. Google's system is smart enough to then snap that ping to the exact road you're on. Then, it takes the speed from your phone and mixes it with the data from all the other phones on that same road. And finally, it compares that collective live speed to what's normal for that time of day. So if everyone's crawling at 10 miles per hour instead of the usual 40, bam, that road on your map turns red.
This is the perfect way to think about it. Your phone is just one of thousands of tiny anonymous speedometers all reporting back. When hundreds of them on the very same street all start reporting a super slow speed, the system knows, hey, we've got a traffic jam. That's the power of the crowd right there.
But here's the thing, your phone's data is just one piece of the puzzle. To create that map that is so ridiculously accurate, Google actually layers multiple sources of information together to build the complete picture of what's happening on the road.
So, you've got the millions of pings from our phones, right? On top of that, Google is also pulling in data from official government sources like traffic cameras and road sensors. It's adding in reports about planned roadwork and closures. And, this is a big one, it's using all those real-time reports from Waze users. Things like accidents, potholes, or where police are hiding. All of these ingredients get mixed into the pot.
And this system didn't just pop up overnight. It's been a long journey. If you remember, back in 2005, we just had static maps. The first huge leap was in 2008, when our phones started talking to the system. Then in 2013, Google bought Waze, which brought in that crucial human reporting element. And since around 2015, the whole thing has been supercharged by the predictive power of AI.
And this is where things get really, really cool. Google Maps doesn't just tell you what traffic is like right now. It actually predicts what traffic will be like by the time you get to a certain spot. It does this by using this powerful combo of real-time data and historical data. Think about it like this. The real-time data tells the AI, hey, there's a big jam 30 miles ahead of this driver. But the historical data knows that on a Tuesday afternoon, that specific jam almost always clears up in about 20 minutes. So the AI combines those two facts and predicts that, hey, by the time you get there, the road will probably be clear again. That's why your ETA is always jumping around.
But of course, the whole system is only as good as the data it gets. On a busy highway with thousands of phones pinging away, the prediction is going to be incredibly accurate. But on a quiet country road with only a few cars passing by every hour, well, the system has way fewer data points, so the accuracy is naturally going to be a bit lower. It's simple. More phones means more confidence.
So, that leads to a fun question. If the system relies on a whole bunch of slow-moving phones to spot a traffic jam, could you, maybe, create a fake one? Well, one artist decided to put that to the test.
You gotta love this. A German artist named Simon Weckert loaded 99 smartphones into a little red wagon, opened up Google Maps on all of them, and just started walking slowly down an empty street. So what did Google's algorithm see? It saw 99 cars crawling at a snail's pace. The result? The street on Google Maps turned deep red, signaling this massive traffic jam that didn't even exist, and it started rerouting actual drivers away from this perfectly empty road.
And this whole thing brings us to the final and maybe the most important part of the story.
This incredible convenience that we all use is built on a foundation of just massive data collection. It really boils down to a fundamental trade-off that we're all making every single day.
The scale here is just mind-blowing. Over 1 billion people every single month contribute their anonymous location data to make this system work. It is, without a doubt, one of the biggest collaborative data projects in human history, and most of us are a part of it without even thinking twice.
And if you ever wanted to put a price tag on how valuable our data is, just look at this number. Google paid over $1 billion for Waze. And it wasn't just for the tech, it was for its incredibly dedicated community of users who were actively reporting what they saw on the road.
So this is the deal. This is the bargain we've all kind of signed up for. In exchange for our constant anonymous location data, we get a service that saves us time, saves us fuel, and saves us a ton of stress. It makes everything from food delivery to emergency services run way more efficiently. The benefits are massive for sure, but the cost is our data.
Now, to be fair, Google is very clear that this data is anonymized and aggregated. The whole system is designed to see a population of cars, not your specific car. It's not tracking your personal journey from A to B, it's just using your phone as one anonymous data point among millions to figure out the flow of traffic.
And that really leaves us with the big question at the end of the day. We've got this amazingly powerful tool that makes our lives easier and more efficient, and it's all powered by us, together. So is this incredible convenience worth the massive collective stream of data that we all provide? That's definitely something to think about on your next drive.